We're going to begin tonight with President Biden's first trip overseas, a mission the White House says to repair relationships with allies and deliver a warning to adversaries. And in a bit of vaccine diplomacy, sources tell CBS News that Mr. Biden will announce tomorrow that the U.S. is donating 500 million doses of Pfizer shot to 92 countries, a goodwill gesture designed to blunt criticism that his administration isn't doing enough to end the pandemic globally. So for a man who has spent his political career focused on international relations, Mr. Biden's presidency has centered on one issue: beating the virus here at home. This week's tour will change that, with plans for Mr. Biden to reaffirm America's membership in NATO and to face off with Vladimir Putin over ransomware attacks against the U.S. launched from inside Russia. Not even a swarm of cicadas could stop tonight's diplomatic mission, though they did delay flights in Washington, grounding the press pool covering the trip for 6 hours, and even landing on Mr. Biden as he made his way to Air Force One. CBS's Nancy Cordes is traveling with the president and is going to lead off our coverage tonight from Cornwall, England. Good evening, Nancy.
Nora, we learned of that purchase of 500 million Pfizer doses just as the president was landing here in the UK. And the timing was no accident.
President Biden arrived in the UK bearing housewarming gifts for the rest of the world. 200 million Pfizer doses this year, 300 million the first half of next year, to be donated to 92 lower-income nations.
The United States is back.
His first stop was a speech to U.S. troops at RAF Mildenhall, kicking off an intense 8-day diplomatic swing. Tomorrow, he'll sit down with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and hold several days of meetings with G7 heads of state before paying his respects to Queen Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. He then heads to a NATO security summit in Brussels, Belgium, and then cap it all off in Geneva, Switzerland, at a high-stakes summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The United States will respond in a robust and meaningful way when the Russian government engages in harmful activities.
President Biden suggested today he's seeking a reset with foreign friends and foes.
Make it clear to Putin and to China that Europe and the United States are tight.
They weren't as tight the past 4 years. Former President Donald Trump postponed last year's G7 summit after allies balked at his proposal to let Russia back into the group.
I think Russia should be a part of it.
Since then, Russia-based hackers have stepped up cyber attacks on U.S. companies, including the Colonial Pipeline and meat supplier JBS. The White House says that topic will be front and center when the two leaders come face-to-face next week.
To meet with Mr. Putin to let him know what I want him to know.
The summit with President Putin may be the last thing on President Biden's agenda, but it's clearly top of mind for the White House tonight. Nora?
Nancy Cordes, thank you.